This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Alright, before we jump into another Premier Draft for Core Set 2021, I want to remind everyone that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their website by clicking on the link in the description below if you're watching on YouTube, or by clicking on the logo below if you're watching on Twitch. If you do that, you'll be taken to their store using my referral link, so check them out. Alright, let's hop in here. Uh-oh. There we go. Thanks for the host, Castleman Punk. I'm good. 4 and 3 with our first deck wasn't too bad. Ooh, boy. We got him yesterday, and we're getting him again. That's pretty lucky. He's better than almost every card in the set. You know, making tokens, making your creatures so big they're, you know, they can do lethal and things like that. Furious Rise is a nice engine to have. Thrashing Brontodon's not bad either. And Shock. I think Rise, Brontodon, and Shock are the cards that you can first pick reasonably happy in this pack, and then beneath that you have Rousing Reed and Carrion Grub, who are like in the next couple of categories.
I am Predator, you are prey. Accept your fate.
Okay, well, they might be red-green again. We could be... I think I like Dragonfire a little more than Grasp, just because it's easier to cast. They're close, but... yeah, I think I'm going to take the Dragonfire here. See where things take us from here. Well, here's the red-green Signpost again. It is a good card. I think it's better than Turn to Slag or Magmut. Augur has a higher ceiling, but it needs a very specific deck. But we'll take the Avenger here. See if we can end up with a better red-green deck this time. It does look like we're headed in that direction. We're not locked in on it, of course. You know, got to go where things are open. So far, it's felt pretty good. Okay, well, we do have the green-white Signpost, which is quite good. I think I'm actually going to take it here. Shacklegeist isn't bad either. You know, we're probably not going to be playing both the Mentor and red-green, but the red cards here aren't anything special, and the Mentor is pretty good. Okay. So now we have a Wildwood Scourge. Which would fit in either deck, but is probably better in the green-white one. The Pteranodon's a nice 2-drop. Truffle Snout's okay too, but I think we take Scourge here. Okay. Well... Black is looking very open. I think I have to just take Grasp of Darkness here. We want to try to do everything we can to play green, but apart from that, we don't need to be locked in on any of this stuff. So yeah. This is definitely a draft that's sort of begun with different things going on. Thank you for the sub, Disco Combo. Are we green-white? Are we green-black? Are we green-red? I don't know. If we see a Cultivate, we should probably take it. Should probably value it relatively highly right now. We do have 2+1/+1 counter payoffs, so that does matter a little. Okay, so... Fierce Empath is good if you can find a target for it. You just don't always end up with one. Dilophosaur's alright. Same for the Ogre. I think I am going to go with the Empath here. Makes us value six mana creatures a little bit more. A little bit more. So Chrome Replicator can be pretty sweet if you end up with enough copies of things. And what we're giving up here isn't anything special. The Ogre and these, I mean, I think we take the Replicator and see if we can play it. Yeah. We don't have duplicates of anything yet, but I think as long as you have 3 duplicates, you get pretty interested. Okay, so Furious Rise came back. So did a Brontodon. I think both of those are pretty good signs. But red does not seem all that open, apart from like cards like this. Whereas Brontodon still being here screams green is open. I think I'm going to go with Brontodon here. I may regret this, but Brontodon will make our deck no matter what. Same with Cetessan Training. Oh yeah, green's definitely open. Well, so is red. So Dreadmaw is something we can grab with our Empath, but... Turn to Slag is a nice removal spell. We don't have any removal. Well, I guess we do, but... I think we want Turn to Slag a little more than the Magmut. I do like the Magmut, but... Yeah. Okay, we'll take a Sure Strike. Red-green is looking more likely right now, I would say, than picked up a single white card, for one thing. Okay, so the Ogre is interesting, but we don't have the 4-power payoffs, really. We're probably going to get some, but Truffle Snout, I think, is significantly better, and I think that matters. Another Chrome Replicator. It's worth remembering when you play a Chrome Replicator, if you already have one in play, that will count and give you your additional 4/4, which is pretty cool. So I think we're looking at Shock or Magmut, though, for us. I think maybe we want the Magmut here, more than a Dilophosaur or a Shock. We're doing okay on removal. Yeah, let's take the Magmut. Although we did just see one wheel, didn't we? Okay, we'll take Shock. I talked myself out of it. There's another Dragonfire. So here's a good +1/+1 counter payoff that we could certainly consider. I mean, our red cards that we have aren't amazing. And he's like one of the better payoffs for that deck, for the green-white deck. And we do already have cards that involve counters. There's also just a Scorching Dragonfire, though, which is premium removal. I think I just take the Dragonfire in the end here. There's freaking Waker of Waves, which destroys this deck, as we learned in our last draft. Burlfist Oak is pretty good. I think I like it a little more than Mauler. Yeah. Wow, another one of these, huh? I do like Conclave Mentor, but I think we're kind of locked in on red-green. I think I'm going to go with Shock here. I am kind of wishing we took that Furious Rise at this point. Goblin Wizardry is not very good in this deck. I think I'm interested in taking one of these white cards because there seems to be still some chance we end up playing white instead. I like the Gale Swooper the most of these options. Okay, well here's a Pride Malkin. So right now we're a red-green deck that doesn't really have any 4-power payoffs apart from our Avenger, which might not be a good thing. But let's take Pride Malkin. Okay, another Shock or a Pteranodon. I think we need a Pteranodon pretty badly. We already have 2 Shocks after all, and this is a good 2-drop to have. It is a 4-power payoff. Not the most exciting one, but... yeah, right now we only have 1 2-mana creature, so wow, we could have had 4 Shocks. The Tempered Veteran did come back, but I think we stick in our lane here. It does kind of seem like maybe if we'd gone green-white, we would have ended up in the more powerful deck, but we've at least ended up with really good removal in red, if nothing else. It'll take something to push me out of it. So we have 1 duplicate now in our Pteranodon. We should value duplicates a little more than normal because of our Replicator. I mean, we do have 2 reasonable white cards, so keep that in mind. Like, if we opened Bosri Ket or something ridiculous in our third pack, I think we would definitely go in that direction. All right, well, I think I'm going to grab another Replicator. That gets us to 2 duplicates. Dilophosaur is okay, but it's not a card I love, especially when we don't have fight cards and stuff like that. So we'll just take a Replicator. I gave this a D in my set review, thinking it wouldn't work, but the more I think about it, the more I think it has a reasonable baseline. Like, it probably doesn't deserve a D, basically, obviously, since I'm considering playing it. Okay, we'll take a Dilophosaur now. I think we want it more than these other things. So I think for the red-green deck to really excel, you need at least one of the card drawing engines. And we don't have that yet. So Mauler is good and all, but we need 2 drops. And Hobble Fiend is perfectly fine. That does a decent job of that. Also involves counters, so our Scourge will care about that. We have a few cards that care about counters. Truffle Snout as well, Pride Malkin. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I think we have to stay in red, so I think I'm just going to take the Highlands here. Makes our mana a little better, and that does matter. So we need one more duplicate of creatures, and then I think we are locked in on these 2 replicators. Wow. So I was talking about just jettisoning everything if we got something really good. Man. Well, I think that's what we do. I mean, Teferi's not quite... I don't have him quite as a bomb, but I think he's close, and I could be wrong, and he might actually be one. We do have to lose most of our removal. The question is whether that's worth it. We could splash Scorching Dragonfire still, and Shock. We would need to pick up some fixing, but if we can do that and play Teferi and play Garruk, it's pretty hard to say no for me. I'm gonna do it. It just seems like it seems too.
It takes impressive.
It seems like fun.
To be a temporal archmage.
It seems like too much fun to give up on to not take Teferi. We won't necessarily drop all of our removal. I'm not going to go crazy here and force Teferi, but I don't think we gave up a lot to take a powerful card. Okay, Maze Mind Tome is pretty nice. You know, Coatl and Singer are both pretty good. The red cards here aren't great. We already have 1 turn to slag after all. Man. Well. I'm going to take the Coatl here. Alright, well, okay. So, we're going to try to pick up fixing, I think, and force and do green-blue here. So, what we want are cultivates and things like that. I feel pretty locked into doing this now because Waker of Waves is so good. Like, we're seeing very powerful blue cards one after the other here. And, yeah, I have a hard time saying no to that. Probably not going to splash the Avenger, but I think we would splash these if we can get some cultivates going, and things like that. So the Dowser does get us things back, but if we end up not being able to play red, it won't be getting us much back. So, I think we'd rather take either a Mistral Singer or another Pteranodon here. Pteranodon does give us another duplicate. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Singer, actually. Seems pretty good. Okay, well, I guess I'm really glad I decided to switch to blue. I'll take Pursued Whale now. We've been pretty lucky on the blue switch here. The only thing we could ask for is some more fixing, which that is what this is. There is a Pride Malkin. So we have 2 things to search up with our Fierce Empath now. So the question is whether we want Thornwood Falls or a Pride Malkin here. I think I'm going to go with Pride Malkin here. I may regret that, but... Okay, I think we'll take Heroic Intervention. It may actually make the cut. It also might not, but, you know. Okay, we'll take another Training here. Okay, so... It's starting to look like we're not going to get the removal we need to be able to splash red easily. I may splash 1 Dragonfire at this point. So I think we take Hunter's Edge here, the removal. Yeah, Bloodfell Caves doesn't help us. Fungal Rebirth is okay. Alright, I will take another Pteranodon here. I think this ended up working out. I mean, the fact that we just got handed both the whales after we took Teferi made it a lot easier to switch. We have 1 Rugged Highlands. So, I guess we're just going to grab another Pteranodon. We aren't technically in the draw 2 deck, but I think Pteranodon is good enough that we'll just take it. Plus, the duplicates are good news for our replicators. So. Okay, 5th Pteranodon. People are underrating Pteranodon, I would say. Oh, look at that. Thornwood Falls came back. I think that means we can splash 1 Dragonfire. And I think maybe we want to. Because it's not like... That's the one thing that didn't really work out with our switch was finding removal. So I think I splash 1 Dragonfire and run 1 Mountain and 1 Rugged Highlands. We have enough ways of drawing extra cards that I think that's probably enough. Yeah. I think our mana base is plenty good for splashing 1 red card. Oh, this isn't what I wanted to do. 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so I want to add... What do I want to add? A forest, I think. Yeah, definitely a forest. $14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. So we need to cut 2 cards. Yeah, I think Dilophosaur is a cut too. Probably Garruk and Teferi can be cut too, don't you think? The 5 Pteranodons is pretty silly. So Fierce Empath can get us one of the best cards in our deck, so we're not cutting it. And another pretty good card. It could just be Truffle Snout, I guess. Or Mistral Singer. Might just be Mistral Singer in this deck. That makes our blue requirements a lot less crazy, too. And we can make our mana base a little better. I mean, granted, 3 of our blue cards are double blue. And we do have 9 green sources already. So we probably do need to run all that many blue sources. Yeah, I think. Yeah. All right, well, I think this will be our deck. I will be right back, and then we'll play the games with it. All right. I actually have 5 Pteranodons, Zack Attack. Alright, well, I think we can afford to keep this. I think it's pretty awesome that we have Teferi and Garruk. Getting to play with Teferi will be fun. I mean, part of the reason it's worth doing something like that, too, is you're just... You know, even if you draft a format 50 times, there's a real chance you never see never see the Mythic again. We didn't really want that to happen. We could use another land, please. The Heartfire Immolator is gross. So is being stuck on 2 lands. I love this card, actually. Alright, so we're definitely blocking here. I mean, if they want to trade... Well, we have yet another Pteranodon, so you'll have to answer it, too. My God. If I draw a 3rd land, Pride Malkin's going to be a big deal, so I think I'm actually going to do this. Yeah, that's not good. So we're going to take 6 here. If we could just hit a 3rd land, we would be in business, but man. Alright, well, we're not going to end up blocking with that, so we may as well attack with it. It's like we have more lands, more Pteranodons than lands in our deck, you know? That's how it feels so far. Oh my God. Look at that. So Pride Malkin can come down, put a counter on itself, and make this into a 2/2. And it'll be a 3/2. Yeah. Oh, they're going to immolate it. Fair enough. We're going to have to chump block here, I think. Yeah. Well, that game wasn't very much fun. Oh, wait a second here. I can phase it out. Oh no, I don't have double blue. Wow, that sucked. Just hitting every single Pteranodon and only getting 3 lands. What was that about? Alright, this is pretty solid. This might be a hand where one plays a turn 2 Wildwood Scourge because Coatl will start putting counters on it. Oh, you're right. I probably should have truffle snouted. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. We can actually truffle snout instead. But yeah, I think we go with Coatl here. Nice. I want to draw land here really, really, really badly. Well, the reason I wanted to was so that I could kill the Coatl with Hunter's Edge, but I guess I'll probably still have time to do that later. So let's play Truffle Snout and go with the counter. So I'm willing to trade my Scourge for their Coatl, I think. Except my Scourge is going to get massive in the long run here. But I'm also afraid of that Coatl plus... Yeah. I think we kind of need to attack with both. Because with Conclave Mentor and Coatl, yeah, we're in trouble here. Not hitting our 4th land now has been brutal. That's for sure. So... So if they have the trick here to double counters, I'm going to be really sad. There's a good chance they do, I think. Yeah, they do. Look at that. Look at that 11-11 Coatl. Yeah. Not looking great. This is going to be... This has been a frustrating one. Like, if we'd had our land earlier, the Coatl would be dead and we would have just won. And that happened in our first game, too. Okay, so we can set up Chrome Replicator, but because we only have 3 lands, it's going to take a couple of turns. But I think going wide is probably worth it. Yeah. It's going to be real sad to 0-3 with a Garruk Teferi deck. Oh, man. Well, yeah, now I wish I'd played the Brontodon for sure. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Man, this has been a rough draft so far. We have 2 Planeswalkers. Haven't played either of them. Stuck on 2 lands one game, struck on 3 lands in the other one. Okay. I think I have to mulligan this one. Yeah. This is much better. We can even use Waker of Waves to find us some help. So, I think maybe I put the Empath back with this hand, yeah. So we do Pteranodon into Pride Malkin. Yep, if I had that 4th land drop, we would have killed the Coatl and won that last game, so yeah. It was a frustrating one. Kill tapped creature. Yeah. Had a feeling that's what was going to go down there. Alright, so... let's put 1 Cetessan training on our Pride Malkin. Hope they don't have unsubstantiate. Okay. I'm kind of okay with this. I mean, it's not really a 2-for-1. Because I drew a card. We need them to stay mana screwed, though, because they have considerable card advantage from our mulligan. Nice. Okay. Okay, I'm not super concerned about that, and we actually have the Brontodon, so I think we kind of like that they're not adding to the board here in a significant way. Okay. Well, we'll be using Waker of Waves at the end of their turn, I think, cycling it away. We are only 2 mana away, but 2 mana can be a lot in, you know, it takes a while, so we'll go ahead and do this. Try to hit some gas, of course. That about sums things up, doesn't it? Garrick or Teferi, come on. Man, okay, so Pursued Whale is good and all, but it's not really what I wanted to draw there. We have no attacks that are worthwhile now. Okay, so... yeah, I think it's worth killing this Wishcoin Crab. Just, I mean, the Pteranodon's still going to be an excellent blocker, and we might blow this up eventually. But yeah. Funny thing is, we would have gone land, which would have let us play Waker, and then we would have played Pursued Whale on the next turn. Rough. Okay, well. All right. Is it worth attacking here? I don't really think so. So they have to attack us here. This deck is so good. If we 0-3 with this deck, it's gonna be... I'm gonna be pretty salty. We had this happen once in Ikoria, where we had like 2 Apexes and I don't remember what else, and we went like 1-3, and that's kind of what we're trying to do here, it feels like. Alright. Pursued Whale got us there. I never felt super confident about that game, but... yeah. Yeah, I mean, they had to attack with everything, and they were dead on the backswing, even if they tapped one of my creatures or whatever, so... This looks like every one of our hands so far. Alright, that's much better. I think we lose 1 Pteranodon in this case and hold on to the removal. Don't cast Dragonfire on this. Just let it live. Just let it be. Everything's gonna be fine. Ooh, okay. Alright. They're mill deck. We need to kill them fast before they mill us. Out, that is. Drawing a land is not exactly the way we want to go there, but we needed to draw a permanent to add to the board. You know, like that Pride Malkin. That would have been good. Man, if they can kill our Coatl here, we're in some trouble. I think Mill is a legit archetype in this format. You don't see it that much, though, because I think you need 2 Teferi's tutelages for it to be consistent. I have drafted it once. I'm pretty sure my Coatl's about to die. So, that's not going to be good. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Okay. What we want them to do most of all is, like, play a blocker who doesn't do anything but block, and then we just kill it with Hunter's Edge. That would give us a nice edge, if you will. Okay. Well, it does mill us a little, but we're probably still going to Hunter's Edge it, I would guess. Yeah, so... So they're dead to either one of them. Okay, there's Teferi. Should I have just played Truffle Snout and attacked that turn? It's possible that was the play. We can't actually cast Teferi right now, so at least there's that. Don't really want to draw him this turn, so... Okay. Is that all you got? Because you got to stop the Pteranodon. Alright, looks like we're going to get there again. We have averted complete disaster. Why does someone play Furor of the Bitten in a Teferi's Tutelage deck, by the way? That is a very strange card to be in that deck. Alright, so, you know, 0-3 and 1-3 feels pretty bad. 2-3 doesn't feel good, but at least it's like a step up, you know, so... Hopefully we can do better than that, but... This is a good hand. First one we haven't had to mulligan, maybe? I think. So we may be able to set up our Chrome Replicator, which would be cool. Ooh. I thought they were about to play Lofty Denial, which would have hurt there. Getting Force Spiked is never fun. So... It does less damage in the long run if I play Coatl, but... no, I think we still... Yeah, we play Pride Malkin. It does more damage in the long run, less damage in the short run is what I meant to say. Probably play Coatl next turn unless we draw a land and they have a creature we need to fight. We did not draw land, so... We do have a free attack with the Pteranodon, more or less. Although it lets them swing back at us, I think... We'll play the Coatl. We want the Coatl to get huge. Might be about to die, though. Woo! Yeah, that's not ideal. Kind of not the end of the world either, but it's very tempting to play Pteranodon here and then just use Waker of Waves on the next turn, because then we can Chrome Replicator if we hit a land, and Waker is likely to help us hit a land. The other option is just playing, you know, a beefy creature. But I think we're just going to play Pteranodon here and end our turn. And then Waker of Waves at the end of theirs. Yeah, Frantic Inventory is nasty. We had a deck yesterday with 5 of them. That was pretty sweet. So let's Waker here. Yep, we definitely want the land. So let's play our Replicator. That's pretty sweet. Them having 7 mana and looking at their graveyard isn't so sweet, though. Yeah. Ooh. Hello. So... I kind of feel like we need to take down this Grub before I play Teferi. Maybe. Maybe not. Teferi does have a fair bit of protection here, now that I think about it. So...
are aged to perfection.
Let's loot. Yeah, I think we discard the land. I probably phase out the Megalodon on their turn. Yeah. So yeah, let's... Oh, I can't phase out the Megalodon. I can phase out the other stuff, but I don't really want to. Yeah, so let this resolve. I can also wait until they attack me, and then phase. So, no, you can't phase with Hexproof. Okay, awesome. So we're just going to loot. So red mana isn't that useful in this game. Mana itself is, but I'm pretty confident we'll draw more, and getting more bodies out there. That's rough. Getting more bodies out there, though, seems worth it to me. So we'll loot again. Now we're going to discard Dragonfire, because we may never be able to cast it, so... So, yeah, the whale will win us the game. That's true. Guess we'll Hunter's Edge here. Make you into a 5/5 and kill the Grub. Yeah, it's true. Dragonfire also doesn't do much on that board. Uh-oh. Teferi's so silly that he actually still nets loyalty if he's taking 1 damage a turn. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I guess we just try to dig for a land here and play our big ol' whale and probably win the game off of that. barring something crazy happening. Yeah, so discard Brontodon. Look out. So they have to kill their pirate to not die here, basically. I think that's basically all they could do. Hey, there's Garruk. Alright, so we'll just phase that out. I think you're dead, more or less. Let's see. You're gonna block that. You're gonna block this. And I guess I'll let that hit to Fairy.
Wait just a minute.
So if we phase this out, we then swing for 12, 17. Yeah, so we're just going to phase out the Wishcoin Crab and win. Yeah. All right. Now this deck has been playing the way we kind of hoped it would. But the first couple games were pretty ugly, so it feels good to get there. We're at least gonna break even. Well, not break even, but win and lose equally. Yeah, Teferi's pretty good, but the thing to remember about why he was so good there is because we had a board that was just loaded up with dudes, like. So yeah, no blue mana, but I do think this is a keep. Pteranodon into Pride Malkin is perfectly fine, and we're not that far from setting up Chrome Replicator anytime we have a Pteranodon, so. Yeah, that's a problem. Hey, there's our other Planeswalker. If we can hit a 4th land, we'll be pretty well off, I think, to start out the game. Okay, there's the 4th land, so that's good. Alright, we're gonna attack here. I think there's a real chance I play Garruk next turn and make a beast. But we'll see. His +1 might be worth it. Yeah, that's not great news. Can't do anything about it immediately either. Although I guess my 4/4 can block it. Not if they get a 5th land, but, you know. Alright, so I think I attack here. My Pride Malkin. Play Garruk. And we're gonna go with
skies, leaves underfoot. I like animals better than people.
So if they hit a 5th land here, we're in some serious trouble. Oh, that'll work too to put us in serious trouble. See you later, Garrick.
Sharpen my axe.
Still no blue mana, huh? Attack with both of those. Yeah, I guess we'll play Burl Fist here. We could also play the Empath and get our other whale, but without blue mana, there's not really a reason to do that. I'm being a little greedy with the Replicator, but I think we can afford to be. Yeah, it's not good. Also sets up the Tempered Veteran to do nasty, nasty things. Ugh. It's not looking good this time. I think I just need to play the Replicator, unfortunately. Gives us another sizable creature to threaten them, at least. Yeah, our deck's lack of removal here is biting us for sure. Like, our opponent being able to go, like, all in on the Chorister is a problem. They can start adding counters to things for only 1 mana. Our Whale is really the only thing that might get us out of this. I mean, I guess Teferi would make a difference too, obviously. But with all the flyers they have, maybe not, you know? Okay, so... Alright. We're only 2-2 with, or 3-2 with this deck, unfortunately, Sweeney. We had some... Oh, we don't want to do that. Just kidding. Instead, we're going to play Fierce Empath. Grab our Whale. I think we want to play Truffle Snout, too. Should I have gained life there? Maybe I should have gained life there. Because now we're on a 2-turn clock. Okay, so... we're gonna have to do this. Yeah, it's not gonna help us. That'll do it. That was, like, the best 3-3 deck ever, you know? At least we got to go off with Teferi in one game. For a little while, it looked like we wouldn't get to play Teferi at all. Like, look at this deck. Look at this deck that went 3-3. Yeah, I was trying to hit the fight card. That was the only thing that could have saved us. Teferi actually could have sort of saved us, but... you know... yeah. I mean, for a little while, it looked like we might 0-3, so I guess we'll take what we ended up with and be happy with it. Oh, yeah. We didn't have double blue, you're right. Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Flame prizes.